Hello, my name is Pablo Muñoz Cabrera and I am going to talk about the novela Story of Your Life, written by American science fiction writer Ted Chiang. Story of Your Life belongs to the science fiction genre, which is a genre whose content is imaginative, but it relies on facts, theories and principles as support for its settings, characters and themes, which is the thing that differs science fiction from fantasy. Its author, Ted Chiang, was born in 1967 in Port Jefferson, New York. Both his parents are Chinese, but they had to immigrate to the United States due to the Communist Revolution. Chiang graduated from Brown University with a degree in science computer, but he has developed his love for writing fiction since he was in high school. He sold his first story, The Tower of Babylon, to the Omni Science magazine in 1980. Chiang first published Story of Your Life in Starlight 2, which was a science fiction and fantasy series of story edited and published by Patrick Nelson Hayden in 1998. Later, in 2002, he would publish it again on his collection of short stories called Stories of Your Life and Others. His science fiction works have made him won several awards, including a Nebula Award for Best Novella, thanks to A Story of Your Life in the year 2000. Now I'm going to talk about the plot of the story, talking about what happens and giving details about the character. The story is narrated by Dr. Louise Banks, who is an expert linguist. She is telling the story of her life to her daughter, who has just born. The story shifts between the past, when Louise was counted by the government, and the future, recounting the life of Louise's daughter and all the important things that happened through her life. The two more important things that we have to know about the future are that Louise is divorced from her husband and that Louise's daughter dies age 25 when she was rock climbing. In the past, 112 alien spaceships have arrived on Earth, and Louise and Dr. Gary Donnelly, who is an expert physicist and mathematician, are recruited by Colonel Weber from the US Army to try and communicate with aliens and try to learn from them. Louise is taken to one of those looking glasses where she meets the heptapods. The heptapods have two different ways of communicating. Heptapod A, which is for speech, and heptapod B, which is for writing, and that is crucial to understand the rest of the story. When heptapods write in heptapod B, they can conceive time different from humans. Their language is understood as past, present and future all at the same time. This is explained by Gary using Fermat's principle of least time. When Louise begins to understand heptapod B, she starts conceiving time as heptapods do. She starts having dreams and visions from the future of her daughter who hasn't born yet. As time passes by, Louise develops a relationship with Gary, and it is revealed that Gary will become Louise's husband and that he will be the father of her daughter. Heptapods leave Earth after they exchange some information with humans, but it is never clarified why they left or why they had gone in first place. Louise never acts contrary to their future. She has witnesses, even knowing that she will divorce Gary and that her daughter will die young. Now, I am going to talk about the themes in the book. The first theme is the concept of time. This is because heptapods have a different concept of time from humans, and Louise, when she begins understanding this heptapod B, she starts conceiving in time instead of past, present and future. It is all jumbled up into one another. The other theme in the book will be free will, because when Louise starts having visions about the future, she never acts contrary to what she has witnesses. This is because if she would change her future, she would have seen a different vision in the past. Now I'm going to talk about the symbolism in the book. First, we have Luis's daughter, because Luis knew from the beginning that her daughter will die very young, but she still chose to have her. This serves for Luis as a symbolism of accepting her fate and enjoying every moment that she has with her daughter. And then we have heptapods that represent an unbounded view of time, since they can see past, present, and future and transcend the limitations of chronological bondage. Now I am going to talk about the quotes. The first quote is: similarly, knowledge of the future was incompatible with free will. What made it possible for me to exercise freedom of choice also made it possible for me to know the future. Conversely, now that I know the future, I will never act contrary to that future, including telling others what I know. Those who know the future don't talk about it. Those who've read the Book of Ages never admit to it. This is the first line in the novella that explicitly reveals Luisa's ability to see the future. When she acquires this, she decides to act out her future in exactly the way that she knows she will, telling no one about her discovery and thus keeping the future intact rather than acting with free will and changing the future. The next quote is: the curtain was about to fall on this act of our performance. In this scene, Luis and the other scientists are communicating with the heptapods, when the aliens just leave and they don't ever return. Throughout the scene, Luis feels like she is an actress giving a performance with scripted lines because she knows when they will leave and they never return. This book has been adapted to the big screen in 2016. The adaptation's name is Arrival, and it is directed by Denis Villeneuve, starring Amy Adams as Louise, Jeremy Renner as Gary, and Forrest Whitaker as Colonel Weber. The movie was nominated to 8 Academy Awards, but unfortunately it only won one. I have to admit that first I saw the movie and then I wrote the book. This is because when I saw the movie, it completely blew my mind, and I had to search on the internet for all the information and the curiosities of the movie, and I found out that it was based on a book. I decided to give it a go to the book, and it blew my mind again. Okay, they are so different. The movie is faster than the book because it is made to be a blockbuster on the cinema, and the movie and the book is so slow at times. But I like the way that it interchanges the past and the future. I totally recommend the book and the movie. They are both